Welcome to Auntie Answers. I am so excited to be here sharing my very first podcast episode with you guys. I hope you guys truly enjoyed the pilot episode, just getting you guys familiar with me, my presence, my aura, my energy. And I'm just here to rock and roll. I'm here to be honest. I'm here to be transparent. I'm here to answer questions. Like, it's called Auntie Answers. I'm here to give y'all the answers to what I've done, what worked for me, what haven't worked for me. Who are you? That is the biggest thing. I feel like my viewers need to know who I am. And I also want to be completely honest with saying that there was a time where I didn't know who I was. And I had no idea that I didn't know who I was. So it was like I was just moving through life, responding to situations. I was maneuvering, just pretty much, shooting my regular, thinking that it was regular. You know what I mean? Lashing out or reacting and responding to everybody for not being ideal to who I want them to be and doing the things that I want them to do. It's like you don't even know who you are to be placing out all these boundaries and these expectations. There was some lacking in myself as far as affection, as far as self-love, as far as nurture. I look back and I said, you are that same young girl who yearned for love, who yearned for affection, who yearned for people not to think she was fat and people not to think she had a deep voice. Like, you're that same girl. The child in me that, is still very present. The child in me that I had neglected, and just acknowledging my inner child and giving her a hug and embracing her and letting her know we've came far. And words of affirmation almost. It was like I kept searching in the world from everybody else. It don't matter what exterior things I change. I am who I am based off what is inside of me, and all of that is going to eventually show. It's going to eventually come out, no matter how far away I try to remove myself from it. June 17th, when I realized I didn't know who I was, and it came to at the extent of me keep on trying to find this love with all these guys that just were emotionally disconnected. So that was a very big wake-up call. I said, I have to do something. Like, there are some things that I have to change. You know what I mean? There are some things that I have to really sit down and dissect. Why are you attached to emotionally disconnected men? One answer: the soul. My best friend had me read a book called Radical Forgiveness. And, I truly believe that books resonate with you at whatever place in life that you are, and you can reread them and they're going to hit different every time, just like movies. It just resonates different based off the level that you're able to receive, and comprehend the message. It was more so of like, forgive yourself for thinking that you're the victim, because you're not the victim. You're not the one that someone is after. You're not the one that someone hurts. Everything is not happening to you. And I'm not even going to sit here and lie and say, oh my gosh, I got it right then and there. No, it's been trial and error. I truly believe that you are the healer on your own journey. You are the spirit. You are the mission. A lot of people really get caught up in like the spiritual journey, like, oh, that's another religion, when in reality, it's your life. It's your entire life. A journey is just that, your life. And within that, I need to strip down pieces of myself. At the beginning, I didn't understand that. At the beginning, I had no true knowledge of what it looked like to like strip pieces of myself to get to the root, because it's very scary. Like, if I continue to say I want so many things out of life, I have to know who I am, so that when I do set these boundaries, when I do react, when I am triggered, I know it has nothing to do with them, but it has all to do with me. Internally, I haven't dealt with who I am. I haven't dealt with the root. I haven't dealt with what's going to allow me to continue to have solid foundation moving through these walks. I don't know what I should uncondition myself from if I don't know who I am. The moment that we realize our experience is nothing more or nothing less than us, every answer we're looking for and every answer we want is in us. Every moment we encounter is for us. If I try to keep on digging and looking past me, I'm going to stay in a victimized mindset. I'm going to stay blaming others. I'm going to stay pointing the finger. I don't want to do that. So when I started to be alone and do things alone and date myself and go on walks by myself and all of those things, that helped me discover me. I started doing extreme childhood assignments, like writing letters to my father. My father passed away when I was 7, so like writing letters to him in the grave. I started doing the writing and burning the paper. You write for 30 minutes non-stop, just get your emotions out, burn the paper. And then I had to realize, Janae, you weren't always this strong to be at this place. You weren't always this capable of being here and sitting in it, and you weren't. So how do you get off being upset or frustrated with someone else for not being able to be at a place that you weren't at? Loud judgment on others with silent judgment on myself. It is hard unconditioning yourself. It is hard trying to find who you are. It is hard to dig deep into that insecurity. It's hard to open those doors. I have to be willing. Willingness is also just very big for me, because if we're willing, I feel like anything is possible. Because you're willing to fail. You're willing to take a risk. So you don't have so many expectations on the outcome when you're just open. Like, because it's an open playing field. It can go this way or it can go that way. And that's just the reality of the situation. You got to sit with it, and you got to sit in it, and you got to be willing and open to go on whatever ride. You got to be willing and ready for the transition. And it's just all about really understanding that through the journey and through the process, you're discovering bits and pieces about you, and you letting it shape you. You allow it to mold you. You do go after a lot without true intention or true purpose of figuring out who you are before. So, yeah. Figure out who you are and stop pointing the finger. Figure out what you want for yourself and stop pointing the finger. Have better intentions for who you want to become and stop pointing the finger. I would say the 25-year-old Janaea is a lot more present. I want to feel things I've never felt before. I want to really continue to uncondition. I want to continue to unwind. I want to continue to release. I want to continue to feel. I don't want to ever stop feeling. I would say that I definitely am a work in progress. I'm more acceptant of myself. I'm more about leading people towards healing and leading people towards self-discovery and leading people towards self-reflection and leading people towards just being happy and content with their space and who they are and what it looks like to be them. I've always tried to figure out how I could look good to everybody else, and now I choose me. I'm on my own time. I'm on my own terms.